Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is JH. Still on quarantine. Is what it is. Somebody asked me about nighttime differential pay. I don't believe I've ever broken it down. I didn't think I needed to. That was just my assumption. But this shirt says it all. I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. It's pretty funny. But I'm gonna do my best to explain it to you. Let's do it. Alright, so I even got my little dry erase board here, but let's talk about what a night differential pay is. Pay attention. For those that don't know, it's just my assumption people did know. Night pay is a percent differential paid to an employee for regularly scheduled work performed at night. The post office is between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. It's computed as a percentage of the employee's rate of basic pay. Got that? Maybe. All right. So follow me. Let's see if we can zoom in here and I'll explain this a little more. It's gonna be pretty cute. If you make basic numbers for a basic mind, $10 an hour regularly, okay? And you work an 8-hour shift. Those 8-hour shifts between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Okay? Your 8-hour shift between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Okay? 8 hours. 10 times 8 is what? $80. Okay. Right? Right. Simple enough. Math is simple. This is your regular pay rate. Regular. All right, that's my horrible handwriting. Regular pay rate. Let's say you got a 10% differential rate. That equals $1. Just $1, right? $1. That would make you either, here we go. This is where it gets crazy. You see where we're at, right? $80 for that day. I can't believe I'm really doing this. My bad. But remember that $10. Okay. Remember that $80. We'll. Oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this. But okay, we'll stick that 80 up here in the corner. For those that don't know, all right, $80. Now, if you're 10% of your $10 an hour equals $1, it can either be $11 an hour, right? Your $11 an hour times those 8 hours equals what? $88, right? For the day. That would be your $88 for the day. So that $1 an hour more gave you $8 more, right? That's not how they put it on your check, though. They separate it. So they'll say you worked 8 hours of N, 8 hours of N. That N means night differential. and your night differential just happens to be that $1. So that would be 8 times $1 equals 8 hours. $8, right? We following me here? I know it's backwards, but you guys can read. That's why I got simple numbers. $8. What happens when you add in your regular pay rate? Again, this is your night. And your regular pay rate, you worked 8 hours times $10 an hour equals 80 bucks. What does that come out to? $88. That's $88 if you got paid $11 an hour. That's $88 if you got your night differential. It's just how it's put on there. So someone said that they should just give you a higher pay rate. It would be worth it. They did. It's the same exact thing. Maybe you needed to see it a little clearer to understand it. Again, this is not to make fun of anybody, but people don't necessarily understand the concept of night differential pay. So let's break it down even further, shall we? Sure. Let's do some math here. Okay, suppose you make 40 hours, 40 times your $10 an hour pay rate. Okay, we following this? 40 times your 10, that equals $400, right? $400. That's what shows up as your regular pay rate for the week. Let's say those 40 hours, half of them were worked at night. Just half of them. So you had 20 hours that you were actually working during the evening. So you had 20 hours at your night differential pay rate, which was $1 an hour more. That equals 20. So for the week, you got $420. Let's say all of your hours were nighttime hours. Let's just say that you work only the night shift. So let's be, because again, maybe I confused you. Okay, here goes. It's a little crazy. 40 of your hours times that $1 an hour equals 40. You made $440. Okay? That's for the week. Now here goes the shits and giggles. Suppose you made, instead of your $10 an hour, you made $11 an hour instead. 4D times 11 equals what? Anybody? You over there, sitting there with the phone in your hand with the beer. Tell me. Yes, you're right. 440. It's the same exact thing if you got paid at a higher rate. That night differential pay is just paid differently. They categorize each item. They itemize everything on your paycheck. So if you were confused, let's hope you're not confused anymore. Okay? Cool. Jay, wait, you didn't explain what the whole paycheck looks like. You didn't break down how to read your paycheck. Should I have to explain that? Keep looking, in case I confuse anybody. It's not really confusing. I made the basic numbers so nobody could, be confused. All right, if you look at your checks for whatever reason, there's a section on the top that says pay location. This is where you are assigned, your work assignment, where you work. Got it? Pretty simple. The finance number is for your specific office. USPS finance number for your work office. The pay period for this earnings statement. The first two digits and the year of the payment. The second two digits. We have 26 pay periods. Got it? 26, because we get paid bi-weekly, 52 weeks in a year. 52 divided by 26. Y'all got that? Cool. So if you worked the first 2 weeks of the year, first 2 weeks, you'd be on pay period 1, week 1, pay period 1, week 2. So your paycheck would have pay period 1 on it. If you look at your pay period now, it should be like almost, I don't know, we're pretty close to the end of the year. We got 26 to the year. We might be at 18 or 19 or damn near 20. We only got a few more paychecks for the end of the year, just so you know. Got it? Cool. Just look at what I'm talking about when you get a chance. Your detailed earning. General heading, several entries where you get the type and number of hours being compensated for, the week in which those hours occurred, and the rate scheduled, and the level. All right. WK specifies the week, either 1 or 2, of the pay period, which the hours will work. RSC, rate schedule code for the hours stated. This code will be the same on your time card. LEV, this grade level for the hours stated. Did you perform your work level at a 5 or a 6? Anyway, your pay rate, the base pay rate, annually or hourly, including the cost of living allowance for the hours stated. Code, your employee's designation activity code. For a regular carry, the code would be 134. For PTF, code would be 434, blah, blah, blah. Oof. G, guaranteed time or guaranteed overtime hours. H, holiday work hours. L, leave hours. N, night differential hours. Hours worked between the nighttime, 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. That's going to show up on your check. So if you worked 13 nighttime, and you can look on Light Blue itself. That's why I have it categorized. They pay different, between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Overtime hours is a O. V time is penalty overtime hours. P, out of schedule premium. S, Sunday premium. W, your W is your straight work hours. Hours, this space will show the actual work hours. This space will show the total gross pay. Gross to net. This is the general heading for 2 columns. It'll show the total gross pay, all deductions, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I need to go any further than that because it's all self-explanatory. All those codes is what you guys wanted to know. They're very, it's not that complicated, but the first ones that I explained to you are probably what you guys get confused with. So I'm hoping that this little video explains how to read your checks and definitely this nighttime differential thing. All right. JH. Hey, if you guys get a chance and you saw some of those podcast videos, again, they're condensed. Click the links in them. Take a look at the actual full-fledged podcasts or listen to them. You can listen to them on the toilet. You can listen to them when you're cooking. You can listen to them when you want to zone out your significant other. Yeah, they start getting on your nerves. You put in the podcast and just listen. You guys want to chat on the podcast, you guys know how to reach me. That is not something that I am in charge of, that podcasting. That's Westside Dave, but and that's pretty much his platform. But we still on it, and we gonna support it, and we gonna chat and chop it up. It's just another way to reach out to everybody. Sorry about the glare, especially on the head. Just shade that thing. That thing's shiny, boy. That's what happens when you sit home for all this time. Anyway, y'all have yourself a great rest of your day. This is JH, and yeah. If you made it to the end of the video, type down night differential pay. If you don't know how to spell it, just talk to your phones. All right? Doochies.